We're ready then, Linda. Okay, welcome everybody. So we will begin as we always do, finding your comfortable seat, sustainable seat, making sure you have whatever props that you need to support you. And today's meditation is I'm taking heavily from the pranayama, or the beginning stages of Vishoka meditation. So the meditation that ends suffering. Sounds pretty good, right? So the breath that comes into this is one where we are looking, and I did this a little bit last week, the concept of a drishti. So where your attention is focused, right, is where your prana will move. So the way that you focus your attention, or where you focus your attention, is going to move your energy and reorganize it in such a way that an effect occurs, right? So when we are in meditation, we're not always necessarily looking for there to be an effect. We're just open to things happening or to experience occurring. But with breath, right, we're moving the prana. So that's why it's called pranayama, right? We're moving the prana. So that concept of drishti is going to come in again today, because I'm going to give you a number of points that as you are breathing, the attention goes to those points. And then at some place in the technique is you're aware of those points, but you're not visualizing them. Does that make sense? So we'll get there. So find your comfortable seat. Do a little bit of moving, so a little bit of cat-cowing your spine, or a little bit of circling your torso. Good. Nice. And I promise not for very long, but come back to stillness, take your arms up overhead and shake. Shake your arms. Shake your body. Good. Whole body shakes. Go, go, go. Yeah. Yes, if you've ever done Kundalini yoga, you know exactly how to do this. You look like the Muppets. It's awesome. Keep going. The idea is that you are shaking up, again, that stagnant energy in your field, in your mind, in your body, whatever has been just sort of sitting. You're just moving it, right? It's like when you take a rug outside and you beat it to get all the dust out. Is that's what you're doing? Good. And then do that a little bit. Just make gentle fists with your hands and do some tapping. It doesn't have to be fists, it can be fingertips, tapping on the chest, the shoulders, thighs. Good. Belly. Yeah, tap everywhere. Lower back, little fists, maybe to your kidneys. Good. Tapping the top of the head, around the face. We want to move the prana. We want the prana to be in a place where, again, it can start to flow in its easiest and most natural ways. So we shake ourselves up to allow that to happen. Good. And then slowly come back to stillness. Nice. If your seat still feels like it's the best seat, stay where you are. If you want to change it, change it. And then letting the hands come to rest on the lap or on your thighs. Good. Let the eyes close. And of course, you always have the option to leave the eyes open or slightly open if that is your choice. And just for a moment, begin to feel the fact that you are breathing. The mechanical experience of the chest rising and falling, the belly rising and falling. Let your mind sweep through the body so that there is an awareness of where there are places that are holding tension, that are a little constricted, and places that feel very free. With no attempt to change any of that, just let yourself be aware of it so that your mind knows that it's not being ignored. Your body is not being ignored. And now bring the attention to the center of your forehead. This is not the space between the eyebrows. This is actually feeling that there is a point, center of the head, like the center of your brain, that radiates and expands with the whole expanse of your forehead. Hold the attention there as you take long, deep breaths. And notice that you're not forcing the breath to become longer. You're simply allowing the inhale to happen for as long as it does. And then immediately allowing the exhale to happen as long as it does. So we're actually trying to move beyond that pause that happens between the inhale and the exhale. So one flows into the other. And now bring the attention to the space between your eyebrows. And take a full deep breath. And the inhale easily becoming the exhale. And then move the attention to the eyes themselves, both eyes. Inhaling fully and exhaling fully. Move the attention to your nostrils. Inhaling completely. Exhaling completely. And bring the attention to your throat. Inhaling fully. Turning the inhale into the exhale. Bring the attention to your shoulders. Inhale completely. Exhale completely. Bringing the attention to the upper arms. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring the attention to the elbows. Breathing all the way to the top of the inhale and then sliding into the exhale. Bring the attention to your wrists. Breathing in completely. Breathing out completely. Bring the attention to your palms. Breathing in. Breathing out. And bring the attention to the tips of your fingers, all 10 fingertips. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out deeply. Inhaling here again at the fingertips. And exhaling out. And bring the attention back to your palms. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring the attention up to the wrists. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring the attention back up to the elbows. Full inhale, allowing it to slide directly into the exhale. Bring the attention back to the upper arms. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring the attention to the shoulders. Breath in and breath out. Bring the attention back to the throat. Breathing in, fully exhaling out. Now bring the attention to the heart. Full breath in, full breath out. Bring the attention to the bottom of the sternum, that lower place at the front of your ribs, inhaling and exhaling. Bring the attention down to the navel. Full breath in, Full breath out. Bring the attention down to the pelvis. Deep breath in. Exhaling completely. Bring your attention all the way down to the perineum, base of the sex organs. Breathing deeply. Exhaling through your whole self. And breathe again at the perineum, the lowest point. Fully exhaling, allowing that to flow directly into the next inhale. And then switch the attention back to your pelvis. Full inhale, full exhale. Bring it back to the navel. Inhaling completely, exhaling completely. Bottom of the sternum. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Up to the heart. Full breath in, sliding into the exhale all the way out. Up to the throat. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Up to your nostrils. Breathing in, fully exhaling. Bring the attention back to the eyes, inhaling fully. Exhaling completely. Up to the space between the eyebrows. Breathing in, breathing out. And back to the awareness of the forehead. Radiating from the center of the brain. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then bring the attention up to the crown of the head. And keep the attention there as you allow the breath to flow, inhaling into exhale, no pause. Exhaling into inhaling, no pause. Completely circular breath. Attention is at the crown of the head. The mind be soft in its focus. The placement of the attention is just to allow the prana to circulate in that area. The inhale becomes the exhale becomes the inhale. And you're going to begin to move that breath up and down the spine, and without visualizing each of the points that we did before, in your mind, you're going to be aware that the prana, the breath, is moving through each of those points. So from the crown of the head, it will descend to the center of the forehead, eyebrow center, nostrils, throat, heart, bottom of the sternum, navel, pelvis, down to the perineum. And then back up from the perineum to the pelvis, to the navel, to the bottom of the sternum, the heart, the throat, nostrils, eyebrow center, forehead, crown. So with your next inhale, still at the crown. As you exhale, let the breath descend down the spine, touching each of those points. Again, letting it slide through each of them. And if you forget one, that's okay. It's sliding down the spine all the way down to the perineum. And without pause, begin to inhale back up the spine. Again, letting the breath, the prana, touch each of those points. And up to the crown of the head with the inhale, without pause, going back down, exhaling. Center, forehead, eyebrows, nostrils, throat, heart, bottom of sternum, navel, pelvis, perineum. And then straight back up, perineum, pelvis, navel, sternum, heart, throat, nostrils, eyebrows, forehead, crown. Continue like this, allowing the breath to flow up and down the spine, washing through each of those points. Don't try to stop the breath at any point. Just let your awareness move through each one. Allowing the breath to happen without pause, inhale and exhale. You're letting the attention of the mind float from point to point. It's not a hard gripping. The drishti is simply shifting the focus here to here to here to here. And the prana will follow. Next time your breath rises up to the crown, keep the attention there, allowing the breath to continue to move, but the attention stays at the crown. Now, as you begin to exhale from the space of the crown, you are going to send your attention down through the center of the forehead, the space between the eyebrows, out through the nostrils, and allowing the breath to extend 6 to 9 inches in front of you. Then your inhale begins 6 to 9 inches in front of you, draws all the way back in through the nostrils, up through the space of the third eye, the forehead, and back to the crown. And exhaling from the crown through the forehead, third eye, nostrils, allowing the breath to extend in front of you. Don't try to measure it with your mind, just let the breath extend. And then pulling the breath in from a few inches in front of you through the nostrils, up through the forehead, third eye, crown. Continue breathing from the crown to the forehead, third eye, nostrils, extending the breath out in front of you as far as it will go. You don't have to stop it. And then feeling the breath drawing in through the nostrils, up through the third eye, forehead, and crown. Continue to breathe, letting there be very little or no pause between the inhale and the exhale. But extending the breath beyond the nostrils in front of you, and feeling that the inhale begins at that same place beyond you. Vishoka meditation calls it the 0 point. This is your generated field, your energy field, your aura. So as you extend the breath, your awareness of the breath. It's not a pushing, it's simply an awareness of how much you are allowing your prana to extend and circulate beyond you. So as your awareness of that space grows, the activity of the mind shifts. The activity of your prana shifts. So you are extending the breath beyond the nostrils to that 0 point, and that point is wherever you can no longer experience the flow of the breath, And then from that point, the inhale begins and flows back in. The more you practice this, that point, the extension of the breath will feel like it can go further and further and further out from the nostrils. And maintain the attention of the flow of the breath through those points: nostrils, third eye, forehead, crown. Crown, forehead, third eye, nostrils, out into space. With your next exhale, release the breathing technique. Let your mind drop open and wide. Meditate. Don't insert anything. Find where the mind naturally settles, what continues to flow through the mind. It doesn't require your direction. Experience yourself as prana, energy vibrating, energy moving. You think in meditation that you are sitting still, but you're shifting your attention to how your vibratory self is existing. Gently bring the awareness back to the flow of breath, back to the sensation of your seat, the body. If you'd like to do a little movement, letting the eyes remain closed, just start to shift yourself back into full awareness of your physical form. Maybe that never changed, but if it did, bring yourself back to it. And then bringing the hands together in front of the heart center, pressing through the fingertips so that there's a sensation of flow between the hands, and from the hands through the heart, and from the heart directly up to the mind through the mind. So in the beginning, we do pranayama, where we do techniques to move the prana. We guide the prana so that it can flow more freely. And then we learned that in meditation is we let the prana guide us. So we do all of these techniques to set our own pranic field, our own pranic energy free. And then once it's free to move, it will guide our mind or our consciousness into the experience of unity, into the experience that is meditation. So it's a little game of tag. You wake your prana up, and then once it is going, you let go and let it guide you. The whole purpose of these techniques. So dropping the chin towards your chest, dropping the attention down to the space of your heart, and to thank you to that part of you that desires to feel more, be more, experience more. So that you're willing to keep coming to sit, and you're willing to keep coming to breathe, and you're willing to keep coming to find out what your prana even is. So a thank you. And then sliding the thumbs up to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. You have to unmute to tell me how that went. These are the beginning pranayama practices for Vishoka meditation. So, you can't just jump right into the answer to there being no suffering. You gotta do the first steps. That's learn how to breathe. How'd we do?
That 0 point breath.
Great.
You love it? 0 point?
We've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since you did it that first time, that I've been doing that pretty much every day now.
Yeah.
I really like the way it feels in my body.
Yeah, it's really powerful. I mean, I am loving these breathing techniques myself. That's why I'm like, I want to do this more.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a very interesting experience. And again, it is framework for this form of meditation. So to do the meditation justice, you got to do the breathing techniques.
What is the meditation?
Vishoka.
Hold on, I'm going to take a picture. That's the only way I can remember things.
I'm writing it to him. Okay, Vishoka. Thank you.
And that's the author. He's actually from the Himalayan Institute, so if you're interested. And I know he has done and maybe is still offering workshops on this form of meditation. So if you really, really love it, you could check out the Himalayan Institute's website and see if he's doing those again, or if they're still available. They might have recorded them and they might be available that way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Now, with that recording,
So Linda, you can stop your recording. Good. And thank you guys so much.